We've all eaten delicious meals in restaurants and wondered, why don't my home-cooked meals taste like that? They don't taste the same because we don't know what chefs know until now. Niagara's best chefs are going to show me how to make their most popular dishes in a typical home kitchen, just in time for a dinner party with the neighbors.
I'm Chris Smythe. I'm the executive chef at the Prince of Wales Hotel here in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Prince of Wales actually a few years ago turned 150, and so it's older than the actual country of Canada. The area, it's full of history. We have the beautiful Shaw Festival Theatre that is just on the next block over. The latest draw, of course, is wine country. We're really focused on partnerships with farms, wineries, so we really wanted to create something that was Canadian cuisine and an ode to that.
Price going on them?
I like to really focus on the ingredients, so it's just that high standard of putting that protein or that element on the plate with the utmost respect, not compromising, not complicating it too much. We really consider ourselves to be fortunate to be stewards of the Prince of Wales and be part of this whole operation.
Chris, so glad you're here. Thanks a lot for coming, man.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
What are we making for brunch today?
Poached eggs with some corn cakes, a little bit of Niagara prosciutto, and we have a nice whip of grilled Ontario asparagus and ricotta cheese from Jordan Station.
I've prepared a beverage for us today that I thought was appropriate. Let me go grab it.
Fantastic.
Made some mimosas. They're supposed to be more orange, but I got a little tippy with the wine. So
That's never a problem with me.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Thanks again.
Great. Thanks.
What's the first step?
Well, let's start with the asparagus.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of a process. So we have the asparagus. It's been washed. What we've done is we've taken off, the nice little bit of stalk that is a little bit chewy. So we don't want to really deal with that. So we're going to just hit it with a little bit of oil.
And what kind of oil is this?
So we have olive oil. If you had grapeseed oil, that would work well.
Okay.
Being from wine country in Niagara where we are, we use grapeseed oil all the time. It's just a local ingredient. Yep. So let's put a little bit of olive oil on there. And if you want to give it a little bit of a toss, and then we're going to just throw it on the nice little hot cast iron grill pan. So it's great for all those apartment goers that don't have access to barbecues. You can just use a nice little grill pan, and that'll cook it through nicely.
Okay.
So we're going to let that go for a few minutes.
Do we have to worry about crowding the pan at all?
No, that's okay. We're going to move it around every once in a while. Just make sure that they all have access to the pan, and that's what you're looking for. We're moving on to our corn cake batter. So the ingredients we have are corn and cornmeal. So we have a nice organic blue cornmeal here. Really gives that nice earthy tone to it. Okay, so you can just add that to the basic pancake mix.
Yep.
We're trying to simplify things here, not make it too complicated.
So this is just like a bag of pancake mix.
Buttermilk pancake mix.
Buttermilk pancake mix you can buy in the grocery store.
Absolutely.
As is.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this is an organic blue cornmeal
with a cup of corn niblets.
Corn niblets.
Yeah. So depending on the time of year, if you don't have the fresh corn available or it's not good quality, you could always use like a frozen corn niblet. Works really well because it's usually always packed at the best time of year, so it's a good quality.
How am I doing with the niblets so
Good.
far?
We have about a cup and a half of water.
Okay.
So we're going to add that.
3, 2, 1.
Keep going.
Suddenly I have to pee.
So it's just incorporating all the ingredients. Yeah, I think we're good there.
All right.
So the one neat little spice element we're going to add to this, which really gives it a neat little kick, is we have some Togarashi Spice. Okay, so that's a little orange spice there. Has some orange peel, some chilies, some black sesame seeds, some seaweed, and that's just going to be adding that nice spice element to it.
It's not good on its own.
Sprinkle about maybe a heaping teaspoon. So then let's hit it with just a touch of salt and pepper. Cool. Fantastic. Our asparagus is doing really nicely over here.
Let me season on my own.
So we're just going to kind of give it a nice little stir in, just folding in the spice. That would be great. Yeah, that's looking great. If it's too thin, you're not going to get that nice rise out of your cake. So you want it to have some nice body. So we can put our batter aside there for the moment, and we're going to pull off the asparagus. Looks great. We're going to start on the corn cakes. We're going to start to just drop the batter in the pan.
Now, once all of this is in the pan, how do I know when it's ready to flip?
When the pancake starts to set, then you're gonna have all these little nice air pockets form around the outer red edge. Okay, so we're gonna let that go for about a minute or two.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go back to the whipped cheese and asparagus.
All right.
So we have our nicely charred asparagus. It's nice and cooked al dente. So again, that's gonna be firm to the bite, especially with a green vegetable. You don't wanna overcook it because you really start to lose the color in the green vegetables.
Yeah.
What we need to do now is we need to cut it to a smaller bite-sized pieces so it'll fit into the chopper.
Sounds good.
Okay. So we're gonna start breaking up a little bit of this cheese in there as well.
What kind of cheese is this?
This is ricotta cheese. We're gonna stick a little bit of lemon juice and lemon zest in there. So I'm gonna give you a grater.
Okay.
And if you wanna just run the lemon down that side, we're just taking the outside of the citrus. When you get to the white, you've gone too far. Just a nice little pinch, that's great. And we're just gonna put a pinch of that juice in there.
I tend to get a lot of this in my eyes.
We're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to that. Okay, then the lid goes on and then we give it a little mix.
Okay, my lid.
Great.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Really? Really? It's gonna,
Oh,
okay,
there we
go. Yeah, it's user error.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, that's good.
Pretty blitzed.
You want those big pieces of asparagus in there. Okay, so we're gonna spoon that into one of our bowls. Okay, so that'll be ready for the plate. You can take a look and see how our cakes are doing here. They're looking pretty good. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a flip here. Beautiful.
Yeah.
If you over whipped it, then they would just kind of fall flat.
Right,
so you want
right.
that nice light airy cake. That's what you're looking for.
So now that we've got our cakes in the pan, our cheese is ready to go, what's our next step?
So next we're gonna be going to the eggs. We're 3 to 5 minutes to the plate. And when we're ready to do that, we can just drop our egg.
So we're gonna poach eggs now?
Yes.
All right, so teach me how to poach an egg properly.
This is incredibly important. We're gonna add a little bit of white vinegar, a tablespoon per liter. The vinegar acts as a coagulant.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So this is what keeps the egg together.
It keeps the egg together.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not gonna guarantee you that nice, tight form of an egg.
Yeah.
That's based on the freshness of the egg.
When I'm trying this at home and it's spreading out all over the place, that's not actually my fault, that is the egg's fault.
Could be.
Got it.
So what we do is we just kind of take a spoon and we just start a swirling effect, okay? So then it's gonna help to just bring that egg together. By all means.
There we go.
Yeah, drop it in. Okay, so it kind of wields it together, right?
Yeah, it just winds it up.
You got it.
Doesn't matter where I drop the second one.
Yeah, that's great. So we've got about 3 minutes at this point.
What should we do while we wait?
Well, we can start the
eggs.
plate, or we can have a drink.
There you go.
Perfect. If you can grab the asparagus and cheese whip
Absolutely.
and the prosciutto, that would be great. I have the cheese whip, corn cakes, prosciutto. So we're gonna start with the center of the plate. All right. A nice little dollop of the cheese whip, that's perfect.
Okay.
You don't want it too naturally stacked. We're just gonna kind of offset a few things.
Right.
So we're gonna grab the prosciutto, a little slice like that, and then a little slice like that.
Slice like that.
Perfect. And since we have the nice little pieces of grilled asparagus, how about we use a few of those on there as garnish, just 2 to 3 pieces. So I'm just gonna start to pull them out. We're gonna actually put this on a separate plate, just in case you're drawing a little bit of water,
Okay.
because it's gonna start to dry. So we'll give it a little pinch of salt. Very easy from here. You're just going to grab a little spoon, using your fingers, and you're just going to add it right to the top of our cake. Okay, and then those nice little red vein sorrel leaves. We're just gonna pull a few of those off here. Okay, and then we're just going to garnish the plate like so.
I actually thought that this was like a plastic plant that you brought.
And that's our finished dish.
That looks amazing. I really kind of just want to go for it right now.
By all means,
if that's
please.
okay with you.
Please.
Oh my God. That looks awesome.
All right, you want to sit here? Smells good. Hey guys, thanks for waiting for us. I appreciate it. That's great.
Amazing.
Great.
Oh, I will take a little bit. That's great.
Right.
Thanks very much. Chris, thank you so much for making brunch and showing me how to do this.
My pleasure.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for coming.
Sure.